Okay, welcome back. So, we are going to be reviewing Beastars chapter 171, staring into my lips and threatening me. What? Okay. Anyway, so let's see. I always thought it. Oh, hi, and you woke up. Yay, girl, good girl. Okay, so I always thought it was an urban legend until my head was inside Legosi's mouth. It is said when an herbivore is inside a carnivore's mouth, you already found your death place. So when you're in there, you can see the Sanzu River. Oh, so she had like a... So her life literally flashed before her eyes while she was in Legosi's mouth. Makes sense. But the river doesn't have much water, almost to the point of drying up. I'm just laying down. But the river doesn't have much water, almost to the point of drying up. It goes to show how dire and poor my life is. My parents were in need of money, so they sold me to the livestock market when I was born. They decided my price and locked me in cages. And even when I escaped, I had no money for an education until now. Such a gloomy story. My 21-year-old life summed up by that river. That's sad. Sorry, Q. Do you have any injuries? So this is a flashback of, I'm guessing the previous day. I wonder if his Sanzu River is enough to drown me. No joke, I am destined to die poor. At the end of my life, I just want to cross the Sanzu River with the water up to my knees while thinking my life is fulfilled. But that's not gonna happen. When I realized it, that day I sold my info about Legosi for money. Oh, so she's actually a snake. Wow. You stack up all the cash in front of me to make it look like there's a lot? Looks like I'm good enough to be your business partner. Let me know if Legosi takes some action. This should be enough to make up for your guilt, shouldn't it? To deal with Melon, man. I said it before. Just because Louis exists and they are like childhood friends, she shouldn't have a need for money and to sell Legosi out. So I don't understand what's going on here. Why would she do that? I don't care what would happen to the back alley market if you win. I just want to make my life a little better. Now she's having flashbacks of Legosi treating her with kindness and stuff like that. Of all people to sell out, why would you sell out Legosi? So she's thinking of Going. What would Going think of you? I spent my life as something to be sold, so it's only natural for me to sell others. Actual piece of shit. Okay. Q. Oh, Legosi's there. She didn't know. Day 2 of fasting. Oh yeah, she did tell him to fast. It's a bit harder than I thought, so I came here asking for help. I finally noticed that I'm actually a big eater. Every night at school I used to eat 2 bowls of rice. Does this bag have rice in it? He's so hungry he can't even think straight. Thank goodness. The first 2 to 3 days are always the hardest. It sure is. I fast frequently. Couple days on, couple days off, and just kind of alternate. But it's man, your body literally feels like it's eating itself. And before that, it's weird to describe. You lose, it feels like you're losing all your strength, right? Everything gets harder. Your mood gets shitty. Just everything is tough. It's unpleasant. It's just super unpleasant. But there are ways to mitigate like the worst effects. Like you can have not too much water because you don't want to wash out your electrolytes and mess up your electrolyte balance in your brain. So you can add just a pinch of salt to your water and be fine that way. If you have a glucose problem, you can use honey for that. I don't really use sugar for anything. I actually eat a lot of honey, so you can use sugar to balance your glucose and your electrolytes. Yeah, there's a couple things, but yeah, the point is it's super tough. And if you've ever been on a type of diet, like I've never tried keto, but I want to. I remember I was pescatarian. Pretty much I only ate like fish and stuff, like no meat outside of like, seafood and stuff like that for an entire year. And let me tell you, Taco Bell, I don't know how I would have survived without Taco Bell, at least at the start of it before I learned like different recipes and stuff like that. There's 7-layer burritos, actual lifesavers. They discontinued those and I'm mad about that. But yeah. Anyway, I got sidetracked. Yeah, your opportunities, like your food opportunities open up when, wait a minute, am I going fishing tomorrow? I think I'm going fishing tomorrow, like around 6 in the morning. We'll see. What was I saying? But anyway, you dieting gets you to think outside the box in regards to food and what you're going to eat and what you can't eat, and you end up finding other things that are quite delicious. Anyway, let's see. When you bit my head, I heard your stomach grumbling. Your hunger will make you draw out your ferocity. Is that so? But still, listen. Okay, so I see what Q's trying to do. She's trying to... Man, I don't know. Like, it's weird. Like, I think she just basically just sold Melon information, right? Which means they weren't in, like, leagues with each other before. So it's either, yeah, this is legitimate training for Legacy to get him to be more ferocious during the fight, because that'll put him into either fight or flight mode, right? And Q and Legacy's entire training was to get him to overcome his weakness fighting herbivores, because if you remember before, Legacy was having trouble. Like, he was getting weaker when he was chasing Melon. It's like because, Legacy's body literally doesn't recognize Melon as a threat. He sees Melon as a herbivore, and as we know, Legacy has weaknesses to herbivores and how he fetishizes them, right? So he tends to underestimate Melon, and Melon ends up getting the upper hand because of it. And his training with Q was to train him out of that. That's why they're doing all this. That was the point of it. But with him hungry like that, that's a problem. I don't know. We'll see. Just this once, I have a favor to ask you. What? You already want to eat me after only 2 days of fasting? No, it's an embarrassing request. As for my species, but please tell me to stay. Stay. Fasting until the duel is too much for me, but if you tell a canine like me to stay, I can hold on until death. Interesting. It's amazing that such a species would throw their lives away because of a single word. Of course, it depends on who says it. Since you have been close to me, your stay command is strong enough. Why are they introducing that right now? That sucks. Like, don't get me wrong, that's an interesting plot point, but I don't feel, why? I don't feel like Q deserves it. If anything, Haru is the one that should be giving Legacy the stay command. Right? If anyone, because I feel this should be personal to Haru. in the night, because Legacy doesn't know that she made that promise that Melon could eat her, right? He doesn't know anything. And I feel that's kind of like fitting in regards to their relationship, because Legacy doesn't talk to Haru. Like even now, like we have what, 25 more chapters left, and I feel like their relationship is not earned. He's still a bad boyfriend at the end of the day. Louis knows, and I'm shocked Louis hasn't said anything to Legacy yet, but hopefully that gets brought up, because Louis knows it's Melon. But we'll see. Anyway, my stay, yes, for real. It's a special word for us canines. I will obey it. And another thing, Legacy isn't a dog. What is a stay? He's not domesticated like Jack is. So like, what do you mean stay? He's a wolf. Komodo dragon hybrid, but look at him. He's all emaciated over here. What the hell? I suddenly imagine he would keep his promise until death, and it hurts my chest. I'm just so weak. That's why I keep on being poor like this. Why did you throw Legacy into the bus, Q? That's what I'm wondering, man. Because she knows she's a piece of shit for what she did, right? And she has a conscience about it, clearly, because she's like, she doesn't want Legacy to die. And I bet it's just eating her up on the inside. Legacy trusts her this much for him to be like, hey, I want you to be the one to give me this command to stay. Right? Huh. Legacy trusts her, and she betrayed that trust. I wonder if she's gonna tell him. Nope. You're being way too open for me. I don't want to take such a heavy responsibility. But aren't we fellow disciples? Please say it. Just say stay, please. I won't say it. Don't threaten me. Just say stay, please. I like how Legacy's getting aggressive with her now. I won't. Then I will make you say it. Okay. Legacy, okay. This aggression is kind of getting hot in here. But I like how he's like showing more of his dominant personality. Q is toughening Legacy up quite a bit. Why can't you say the single word? Q, are you hiding something from me? Just say it now. He's perceptive. When the upper and lower jaw are sliding down, it creates a Y shape. And by hanging upside down like this, they can only make a sound. The nose and mouth of mammals are connected. This wolf, when he gets hungry, he really can draw such ferocious strength. Stupid. Cursing at me will only increase my hunger. I can see how abnormal he is. The act of stay is our canine specialty. That's what my body will keep on heating up until you say good boy. What does that mean? Keep on heating up? Or is that his way of like storing up power? Is that what that is? That's why when my mother told me to wait until we can see each other, I waited for years, and it wasn't that hard. For stay, I can even endure much more. Interesting. So that's just like an innate thing. Okay. What the hell are you talking about? This guy is crazy stupid. Ferocious, straightforward, and honest by his own species. I betrayed you because of my lust for money. Compared to you, I'm just petty and shameful. Seriously? So she just got greedy. Huh. Okay, so she acknowledges it, right? And it's tough. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't hate Q. I don't necessarily like her for what she did, but she's growing as a character, and I keep forgetting. It's a character-driven story, right? Characters are going to do what they want to do because that's in their nature and in character for them. Pretty much, we've been following Legacy this entire time, right? So it's easy to hate Q without putting yourself in her shoes. She grew up poor and she had nothing, and she's pretty much just been used her entire life, right? So it would be second nature to her to use other people. But Legacy's different because they actually have kinship with each other because they actually trained under the same person going. And I'm starting to think it wasn't just greed, it was also jealousy, which is where she mentioned she was being petty, because Going chose Legacy to be one of his successors as well. Well, trainees or whatever, right? Or disciple, right? Whereas before, Q was mad at him. I just remember Q was actually mad at him because she said, "What? Why do you choose you? Going doesn't take any other disciples. I thought I was the only one," right? So I feel like that was a contributing factor as well to why she did what she did. It's complicated. Have you ever seen a show called Firefly? It's actually one of my favorite shows. It was canceled, rest in peace. But there was this character called oh my gosh, am I actually spacing? Was it John? No, it wasn't John. It was Shane. Just call him Shane. Shane, I forgot. Yeah, just call him Shane. Who betrayed, like, it was the episode where he betrayed the crew, right? He ended up calling the feds, and Mao put him like in an airlock. After they got out of there, it was like the hospital episode where they needed to diagnose River, and Mao had him one-on-one, and he put him in an airlock, and he was like, "You called the feds," and he was like, Shane was like, "No, I didn't." And he's like, "You called the feds," and basically Mao was threatening them. He was pretty much threatening them to blow him out of the airlock, right? And he was like, "Yo, you mess with my crew, you mess with me," right? Even though they had a good relationship with each other, he pretty much threw it out the window because of that betrayal. But what Shane did, he said he was sorry for what he did, but he wasn't begging for his life. All he wanted from Mao was for him to not tell them for Mao to not tell the rest of the crew what Shane did. Right? And that in itself was like proving that he did care. Like, he's a complicated character. Sure, he said he got stupid. The money got to his head and he got stupid. And I feel like that's what's happening with Q right here. Right? I'm misremembering. I haven't watched Firefly in years, but that was the gist of it. There's actually you can actually look it up on YouTube. Just type in like Mao confronts Shane or whatever. But yeah, she got stupid because of the money. Stay Legosi. And when I say good boy, then just eat me. I'm so weak. Please, I'm begging you. Aw, it hurts to see that. But good. It's good that she feels this way. She betrayed her friend. She betrayed her crewmate, right? That's her punishment. What are you saying? When I hear you say good boy, I'll already have beaten melon. Look, my body is already burning inside. My hands are so warm now. Thank you for the precious stay command. I will obey it. So to the hidden condo. Look at her face though. She's like, what have I done? I wish she'd told them. But she's not going to. Hopefully she gets redeemed, because right now she's still a piece of shit. But she's a complicated piece of shit. Let's go see. I wonder if he's alright. Zaguan, my man. He hasn't come out of his room for days. And you're scratching on the inside. He's starving in there, man. Next week, the reason behind the noises. 1 week until the decisive battle. Okay. That was it. So, I hope you enjoyed this chapter. This has been chapter 171. I will see you during chapter 172. Let me know what you think about this. Like, Q's kind of complicated. What do you think about the situation? Am I being too harsh on Q? Do you get it personally? Or, what's your opinion? Just let me know in the comments or whatever. So, I will see you during the next one. Bye now.